first plane is in the air, and Felix, this is not even a nice plane. This is not even a fair plane. 21 teams in the north half of Sanok. We're going to see a lot of teams coming from that eastern side, just scrambling their way on in. As the teams went early, have lost a lot of players, but the teams on the right is, well, they're in a bit of a pickle. That's Turkey. That's a team that we've called favorites, a team with massive experience. They're struggling to hold on here. Ukraine is getting aggressive on this, Felix.
Yeah, they want to make it work. But Turkey, with that knock, has gotten wild back up, and they will be retreating into the single-story building just across the street. One of their strengths.
Exactly what you need on Sanok, isn't it? Ukraine versus Turkey, round 2. A bit of a scuffle in the compound, but again, still, you saw if you were careful with your eyes there, you saw that Ukraine still has players on multiple angles here, multiple sides of the road, multiple sides of the valley. They're both set up for whatever the circle will throw their way, and it feels like they're the only one team. Should be his. Oh, Shelby. Oh, no.
Not a chance in hell. He's ever going to get into that zone. There's too many angles. Too many players in the blue zone is going to take him down. Turkey now, just one player left standing. I thought they would have gotten more by now. He's trying to go for the 1v1. He loses it as well. Marlow there to take him down. That's a good 1v1. And a really important one from Moldova, actually. 8 frags now being picked up. Yeah, looking really solid. 10 frags already. And the Ukraine in prime position now to take home that first chicken dinner. Such an important round. It would mean a monstrous step towards qualification. Yes, we have a best of 12, but just solely based off of these points and how hard it is against 20 other teams to get these points, it would be absolutely amazing. So Ukraine, just nothing short of a wow. Nothing short of a wow will secure that round. They're just not to be underestimated. I mean, we saw Poland literally picking up a second place and the last one fighting themselves out of a really tough Western side as well. I think that was 4-5, maybe even 16s at some point. Just based off of the skirmishes that we've seen in Phase 1 on Sandhawk. Which have been less than experienced. This is disastrous. This is absolutely disastrous. Having has picked up a micro Uzi almost immediately. He's won the lottery with this one because that is an important hot job to win, especially because Ukraine has just fought Turkey and they won the last game. They're looking at qualification anyways.
I'm not sure if it's gonna work out here, Felix.
I'm not so sure either. Ukraine has gotten that player back up, and now Loxy is isolated in the meanwhile. But look at this. Affleck goes down. He tried to cross the distance. I think they tried to isolate Loxy, but they didn't realize they've already closed the distance themselves. All point now spotting out the 2 players trying to storm his building. He's trying to create distance once again, but that nade, I think it hasn't even been in. I think it was a smoke, and he was on 1 HP anyway. So, man, good on Turkey. They're playing this one really smart. Now just 1 player left alive. Actually, Ukraine being picked apart and outplayed to the best of Turkey's ability.
Into zone for another few bits, but getting into placements is not going to be easy from here.
No, it could be easy. Good thing he's already secured himself 2 frags, and I think 6 frags in total for his team. Yes, for qualification, you might need a little bit more on average per round, but if that is one of your weakest rounds, which as of right now...
Not dying to Spain on the hill, and it's so tricky for them. They have so little to play. They already got their 8 elims, but they have to be just so quick and clean on the shots now. Now Spain getting knocked might be a little bit of a breather, might be a sigh of relief, but France is closing in. You see on the minimap, they want this, and they're not going to stop before they get it.
Yeah, they're not going to stop indeed. France, in my opinion, right now,
how this map is separated, but I think this is the time where you see France knocking the kill feed, you have to explode if you're Poland, and oh boy, Pusher thought he was sneaky with it. Turkey says no.
No, Turkey says no. That was a good pickup. Good team play as well. Baiting him with a card, and the second player who exited earlier takes him down. This is a push now towards France. Both players fall. Somehow Victor and Rob's being caught off guard there by the engaging Turkish players, but the 2 trades immediately happen. There's good cover coming in from Navalov and Noviks. But the question is, can I get their players back up in time? Because be reminded, it's Poland on the other side, and right now, they're not doing anything. Surprisingly to me, I think they should have already exited the compound, breached out. But if Poland continues not doing anything, they might get a player back up. Rob's now being flashed out, so only 1 potential pickup still there for France. But yeah, you can see Poland still not breaching out and branching out and taking Eshman space as I would have loved them to do, because these are the last two teams fighting. And I just realized Turkey is on 15 frags. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they've been absolutely mental around that Pubg area. You remember when I said they were splitting up to do both sides at once? They ruined both sides at once. They're on 15 elims right now, and I think, like you said, from a big gun like the MK14 could be the decider here. And there's the first knock. There's a nade coming to follow this. This is not looking clean right now for Poland. I think they might be okay, but what is that? 1 HP! And he comes over the top. He looks for the second as well. These France guys are absolutely mental right now. They're on fire, and they're trying to close things. Poland has the big advantage here, Felix.
Yeah, zone advantage, man advantage, positional advantage, literally everything going the way of Poland right now. But it's Navalov, and he's got that MK in hand. It might be enough, but it isn't. Unfortunately, it isn't for any France fan. Poland is not only going to secure a second place,
but we still have to wait and see. It's a bit early to put your bets, to put your chips on the table. We have played 2 out of 6 today, 2 out of 12 in the tournament. And this is exactly where you would expect their team to play in the PC region as well. So not surprised to see Turkey here. 2 eliminations picked up nice and early. Team around them could just realize, hey, these guys have just shifted all the players to the north. A team coming out of shelter, for example, that just looks over the top and says, well, I think there was 2 guys in there before, and now 1 more has driven out. So they should just be a solo. And then you have a chance to fill that gap and take that space for yourself. But so far, it's just working out beautifully. And so far, they're doing what they do best, and I can't blame them for it. They're fragging the hell out.
I thought it was really cheeky putting the car there and letting it explode, but unfortunately, there still was just about enough room for them to make it outside. And now Turkey comes into play again. 1 player's already been taken down. It is still 3 players left alive. And look at this. Turkey is doing so much damage without even having your players focused on them.
Yeah, this is just the sprays are coming out, the utils coming out. If they have 1 more good nade here, that could be Azerbaijan done. That could be just Clutch left alive on the tree. Now he's taken down to 1 HP. There's the knock. Silas is not stopping. Finally, someone puts the rest of them. Turkey's on a tear. And yes, we were talking about, does their kill record get broken? I think they might just break it this game. If they continue here, they should be wiping out Azerbaijan. That's 5 nades. That's 5 nades in his inventory. He can just let it rip, and I'm sure he's going to find something. At least a few confirms here. They should get Silas back on his feet as well. And if he can just land 1 good nade, Azerbaijan would be done. And Turkey would be looking good to pick up another 15.
He's not throwing these nades just yet. Now there goes the 3rd one. In the meanwhile, they have rest Silas back up. I wouldn't say gifted, but that you do have the opportunity to win. And that's their round. That is the 1 round out of a best of 12 that you will have once in a while. So they got to make it work right now. It doesn't look like they have, at least in terms of utility and medic stuff, all too much in their inventories anymore. This might be a problem, though. That is a triple nade! Silas puts them all down! Wow! And that is immediately, in a matter of literally milliseconds, 15 frags being reached.
I want to be contesting there. When there's big money on the line, when there's actually a huge prize pool, do you really want to be contesting there? I'm not so sure if that's the thing, but that's a thing for another day. I think right now it's the Turkey show. They're up to 19. They're about to go to 20 elims. And yes, they finally lost a player. The poor man they left behind to hold their back the whole game. 1 elim.
They have not shown us any weakness in their game. Yes, they have lost a player, but honestly, with the weight that they had to kind of go through. Oh, that could be massive. It is the first knock. Sanos takes him down. And that is now 3v3. And they're not making a move based off of this. This is interesting. Turkey does not want to make a move off of this knock, despite knowing that a man disadvantage is going to continue being that 4v3.
They don't have any util anymore either. They've expanded everything they had, right? So they have to just slow this down a little bit. But that's a dirty angle. The tiny crack in the wall there, the tiny crack in the shack was enough to do a whole lot of damage to one and fully knock the other. Now the trades are coming out. That's the spoiler player eliminated. They still haven't gotten the res. Good util coming on back, but Silas with the S12K around the corner. Surely a threat to be reckoned with. That's good util coming out, though. Not a whole lot of HP left. Have to get a first nade out. Can Teflon get another nade out? That's looking good as well. That's a good bunch of damage. 3v2, about to be a 3v3. This is still doable for the Czech Republic.
Oh, Silas
play.
pops around the back. Silas takes down one. I think it was only one at that, but he did so much more damage. Turkey looking to break records all around at the Iesf Esports Championship qualifiers, and they do. It is Turkey once more.
Guys, if they continue in any sort of region in that pace and that dominance, it's going to be a very one-sided tournament. SMG, and now, well, we said lli needs to be careful, but there's a whole gang coming on in, and it's a good nade coming out of Hala. He's trying to get a second one out there. If he's quick with it, he can do a little bit of damage here, at least try and get the confirm, but not looking like it. Turkey, tricky times for the Frenchies, for Le Bleu, here on that northeastern shift, as Turkey wants to confirm that knock nice and quickly, but they're also a team that has to go. They're also a team that has to move, but you can just see the confidence, right? Ready to take every single fight, and that's another flush. Now they're looking to close out the French player as well. And if you're just feeling it like that, if you just feel like everything you do will go right, you can go for these fights and just pick up 2 more eliminations just like that. 2 more points, and just extending your lead on the leaderboard.
Would have hit a little bit better, maybe. Armenia would have been taken out just like that, but yeah. I fear for Germany as well. Germany, I don't think they have any vehicles left, so rotating out, they're just going to run into the arms of Romania, and that's what's just happening. But let's head on over to Turkey. Turkey, for the very first time, it will feel like forever, are meeting someone that can put a word against them, and it is going to be Bulgaria cleaning up Turkey. That is surprising to me, but then again, it's been a really tough bridge.
There's the run now. The run he has to make, and the run he should never be able to make. Fuchsman finds it. That's the job he had to do. And that's the job he does. Old boy taking the 1v1 a little bit early. Now Fuchsman has to be careful. They want to take this 2v1. They don't want to give him a chance at another 1 versus 1 situation. The S12K and the M4 are going to be coming out. There's the regroup. There's the reposition, and that's exactly what they had to do. But he does a good bunch of damage over the top. Now he swings the bottom with the S12K. One shot could do it. But it's Ukraine in the end. And oh boy, that was looking a little dicey. And the players are in the air. The planes are crossing the map. I think it's a pretty even plane, just from what I can see right now.
With Old Boy, that has changed. They have qualified. They've become one of the best teams in Europe and in the world by qualifying, obviously, towards EWC. Now, them losing 2 players in the qualification would be a big upset. And as of right now, that's exactly what's happening.
Turkey, frag heavy so far. Quiet start for them, considering they've lost Silas and they only picked up 2 in the process. What a nade from Doran. Brings the pain right to the doorstep. lli has a pretty good off angle, but we'll see what he can do with it, as Romania is not looking to slow down. They have a player knocked, but they want to converge on this. They want to close this out, and that's the second player down. That's a 2v4, 4v2 if you're looking from the sides of Romania. It is a very, very winnable fight, and you would love to take that to Turkey right now.
Question is, how do you engage this? Right? Yes, you could isolate them, but how do you really engage this? And that's a big nade coming back towards Lawrence. That's going to slow down that push even further. And Turkey's now got a good idea on who they're facing as well. So they have a good idea on how they will continue to play it. And that's the first one. He's trying to open an angle, and they're already ready for it. They're not getting caught off guard here, not at all. Turkey is very ready for this fight, despite only playing 2. Despite only being 2 players up. And that's the next knock going down. This is falling apart for Romania at the moment.
It's not clean. They have a good setup on this as well. They have the player far providing some cover, but the players close are just getting caught. They're just losing the fights. Doran now is the one that has to try and put some pressure down with these nades. And if you can maybe find a knock that way, that's exactly what he needs. He trades a bit of damage for a knock. Now it's going to give him the chance to get a res, and that's going to give Romania the chance to get both reses here, actually, you can see. They're not quite sure here, Turkey, if they want to continue fighting this. I'm not quite sure. I think he's going to try and get him the hell out of there. But they are going to stick it. And they are going to try to reset it after that. Now, Doran, he's gotten the first res, which means the players can now res each other. Lawrence can take care of that. And he can come back with pressure and the nades. Oh, my. He's been clean with it this fight, Felix. He's been carrying them this game.
He has been. Doran goes in. Has 12k in hand, and we've talked about this weapon. It's unbeatable in close range.
And suddenly your game is so much harder. 3 versus 2 versus 1, still entirely winnable, but they've used all their util. They've used everything at their expense to try and take out Belarus here. They don't have a whole lot left in the arsenal. You can see 2 first aid, and that's it. Nothing to throw, nothing to boost with. They need openings here, and they need kills, but the numbers are in their favor, Felix, and there's a big help from the French player. Again, Navalov takes down 1. He makes it so much easier. Gunpain doesn't even know where to look. That should be the clear here, surely. Keystones takes a bit of damage, comes over the top, but he wins this one, and now it's a 1v3 that's almost unwinnable. I didn't want to count it out before it happened, but that's Azerbaijan.
At the end of the day, it all goes towards the ultimate goal of winning a round, and that's why they're so dangerous as opposed to some of these lesser experienced teams.
Have to be careful on how they approach this. This is not an easy fight now. Yes, they have the numbers, but this is not clean. Turkey, on the other hand, seems to have gotten away with another 4 and not losing a member in the process.
Azerbaijan obviously plays. So it could very well happen. 10 points is the difference between them and like 9th, 8th place. So nothing out of the ordinary, nothing we haven't seen so far. Silas, though, come back to this fight. It's going to be fighting the one team that we said was underperforming heavily, and they will hit some nasty nades. Maksha takes down Silas, the first casualty for Turkey. Can they act on it? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You can tell the rest of the players are very far off into the distance, and there's a shot out of it. Oh my goodness, Wild. That is a nasty, nasty shot. And I think you've just once again crushed the hopes of Serbia to make something big in this one. I don't even think they got the flush at this point. You can tell Turkey doesn't really know where they want to play this circle either. They've been rotating around this entire hillside for the last 5 minutes, and now the first fight is really being pressured onto them, and it is Ukraine engaging from the eastern side.
That's a pretty good nade as well. Look how close those land. Look how good an idea he has. But it is a reset for now. That is 1 confirm, 1 flush on the board. And that's, again, that's really good to know for Ukraine. I think in a lot of other situations, they might just cancel off the fight at this point, but Old Boy has not had enough. He knows this is the team to beat, and he wants to do it now. Swings around the side, flips on over the top. And this is a good chance that we see Turkey just going out here without any more to take home. Numbers are firmly in the favor of Ukraine, and you can see they want this, and they're going to get it.
Boostman pushes around on the next ridge line, and teammate is there to flush him out as well. Just Silas left now. He's got the DBS, gets taken down, and Ukraine with Old Boy is going to seal the deal. 3 frags being picked up. I think 1 was stolen by someone else, but that's a good position that Ukraine has just worked there. He just got thrown up into the air, but he stays alive somehow. It's a good nade back at them, but it's going to stay at 3-on-3.
Look at the bullets. 36 on V8.
Wow!
Instantly banged out by the nade. But they have nothing left, the Moldova players. Pay attention when you see how many nades they have, how many bullets they have. There's not a whole lot going on. They might have been able to loot Old Boy's body now, but they really had absolutely nothing before this fight started. 3 gear on Tulika, plenty of bullets, MG3, plenty of mids, completely different scenario. But how much does that matter when he's alone versus 2 3-mans?
Yeah, I'm not so sure it matters all too much. Codex and their representation now here of Moldova being in big trouble, and somehow Tulika's still got a good option now to do this.
He might do this.
He sees the last player. Marlo, he's all on his own, and he gets taken down. What is just happening? Ukraine out of every rather good round, because all these top teams and these runner-ups are having a good round.
Yeah, exactly. And like we said, there was a chance to catch up. The cutoff was quite low for a while. But game 5 and 6 have raised it massively. Ukraine on 76 has actually passed Turkey and in 71 second place. France is a big 0-rounder for them. They stay in 64. Poland stay on 50. And then it gets really, really stacked. It's 50, 47, 47 there, Felix.